terms of the workforce. So strategies for reskilling and upskilling your workforce. We'll find out right now some of the answers, well, hopefully not all of the answers, but some of the answers that will hopefully again be relevant for you to help you make sense of this topic. So let me introduce to you now the panel that will join us here on stage right now. Please welcome to the stage from the Adecco group, Stuti Bajaj, together with from IBM, Arnaud, Pelletier, and also from BearingPoint, Geoffroy, Petit, and from Forvis, Mazars, Florence, Sardas.
Keep what you got until you get what you need, y'all.
Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. On est bon? Go? Super. So, let's do our panel about strategies for reskilling and upskilling your workforce. I wanted to try something as a start. So let's try a little demo with OpenAI. I don't know if it works. I just wanted to use the advanced voice of ChatGPT as an assistant. We will see if it works. 1 second.
Nicolas is doing this kind of experiments almost every day. I saw you trying some other weird stuff, but usually when you post it on LinkedIn, it works. So we'll see this time.
LinkedIn is easier than than the stage. Let me try 1 second, and I promise, then we go. Up. Okay. Go, Sol.
Thank you. I'll be ready when you give the signal. Speak to you soon.
Go, Sol. You can go now.
Welcome, everyone. Our esteemed panelists today are Stuti from Adecco, Arnaud from IBM, Geoffroy from BearingPoint, and Florence from Forvis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our AI panel.
So now, can you read the little sentence I gave to you in order to welcome the participants?
Absolutely. Welcome to our AI panel. With Adecco finding talent, IBM creating technology, BearingPoint guiding the business, and Forvis checking the books, I think we have all the ingredients. Thanks, Nico. Is there anything else you'd like to go over before the panel starts?
No, I think it's great, and we can try to encourage our participants and the audience.
Sounds like a plan. Let's make it an engaging and insightful session. Good luck.
Ok, donc la démo a marché. So thank you very much. So let's start the panel. Thanks a lot to ChatGPT, to the advanced mode. And so let's start the panel with one simple question. So for all the participants, what skill will be the most valuable in the AI era? Let's start with Stuti.
For me, the soft skills will be the most important one, and that is more towards problem solving and creative thinking, because AI can help you with your mundane tasks, but somebody needs to tell the AI what you want to do with it. So that's what I think.
Thank you, Stuti, from Adecco. So Arnaud?
To me, it would be probably the critical mind. Even though hallucinations and bias are reducing more and more regarding Gen AI, you still need to keep the critical mind today in front of what is provided by Gen AIs.
Thank you, Florence.
I would say boldness Because with Gen AI and AI in general, you need to try, you need to experiment, you need to fail, you need to succeed as you did, but I know you tried a lot before today so that it works during the live demo. So yeah, it's be bold or go home with Gen AI.
Thank you, Florence.
And to finish, I would say being adaptive is probably the critical factors, seeing how fast the technology goes and seeing how huge the changes are. So people who are adaptive will probably be more successful in the future.
Thank you, thank you. So a lot of adaptability. So one more quick question, just one word. What word comes to mind when thinking of AI in your company? Stuti?
I was about to gonna say adaptability, but as it's taken now, so let me think, I would say leadership. We will need very strong leadership and a change of mindset in the leaders to be able to empower people, to be able to guide workforces in this period, which is not so known to them. I'm not saying it's challenging, because I don't think it's challenging. It's exciting, but with every change and excitement comes a resistance and an anxiousness of what's next, what's going to happen to me. So strong leadership skills will be needed.
Thank you. Arnaud, one word.
Yeah, one word about our organization and Gen AI. I was thinking about future, but in fact, I will have to say it's present. It's already changing our organization's way of working, our productivity, our capability to accelerate on some task and focus on some more value-added tasks. So it's really present.
So you had Watson, but you're still in the present.
And we have many more.
I can imagine.
Opportunities.
Thank you, Florence.
You stole my word. Opportunities as well. I will stick to it.
Two opportunities. So many opportunities with AI. And then I have a special question just for first Stuti. Stuti, with all your interim data at Adecco, did you spot some jobs which are replaced and some jobs that are growing?
So at this stage,
because we say that in general, like for Adecco, interim, Malt, Upwork, maybe there is a little more flexibility, and sometimes maybe we can have a vision of the future of the job market. So that's
absolutely. I mean, coming from the recruitment industry, we always have a view of what's going to happen. We can predict recessions while we see when the money is going down, people are laying people off, companies are laying. So for us, I think right now, and where we are today in the world, jobs are not getting replaced, they're getting enhanced. Your administrative tasks are getting help by the AI, which is good. I don't think anybody likes being on a computer and just pressing buttons and buttons and buttons, right? You want to use your mind, you want to do something else. So that's what is happening. It's more towards the enhancement of these jobs. Again, the tasks need to be done. And the new jobs that are being created are more towards strategic roles, more towards also I think it was Arnaud who said about something around ethics, right? These roles did not exist. We're talking about AI, but a lot of ethics and compliance needs to be there. The laws right now in the world don't really support. So we need to be very careful. So ethics and compliance for data are coming up, where a legal personnel who used to just do law needs to study about now data scientists and data analysis, which they didn't. So that's what is happening for us. That's what we see in the industry.
Okay, so a lot of a change to come. And you were talking to me, we were talking together about the interns. What about the interns? Everybody is asking, I'm doing trainings, AI trainings like every week. Everybody is asking to me, but it will replace the intern. What will they do?
Absolutely not, because I think it's a fun thing, right? I've been an intern, and I'm sure people here have been interns
Most of us, huh?
Right? You work in France, that's how you get into the workforce. I think internships are great. They're not going to replace them. However, it's going to change the content of the job. It's not going to be like, hey, all the managers had a meeting, you intern come here, make us these slides on these points. That's not going to happen. Microsoft Copilot is taking care of that. So for the interns, when they get into the workforce now, it'll be our responsibility to make sure that they are trained well on the job, rather than just telling them, here's the mundane task, do it, because there are no mundane tasks left. So you can actually, it'll be much more fun job than I had as an intern.
No more PowerPoint.
No more PowerPoints, no more coffee making, but actually sitting in the meeting and listening to what's going on. Now, I'll give you an example. When I worked for BCG, we had interns and they would just do the PowerPoints, never see the day and light of the actual client side. But now they will have to. And what they get to the table is also very interesting. This is a generation which is already upskilled in tech. They know how to talk in 140 characters. Senior partners don't. So it's more about give and take now, how the senior partners or managers would mentor these guys with their experience, but also this generation is going to help them say how to adapt quickly and change.
Thank you very much. And we are very happy for the interns. They
Right?
still have a
It's
position.
good to be an intern in this era.
Okay, thank you, Stuti. Florence, maybe. Can you talk to us a bit about the AI tools that you are using at Forvis Mazars, and what impact they have had in your organization?
Yeah, basically, at Forvis Mazars, we are a professional services firm, meaning that our asset is people. Now, we are investing in technology, which is something quite new for us, because 50 years ago, when the firm was created, of course, we didn't need that much technology. There was not that much technology. So when it comes to human capital, we are investing at different levels of AI. Of course, first, how we are going to upskill our workforce from the interns to the top management through easy AI, these low-hanging fruits that we can right now use and on which we can leverage, such as, of course, Copilot, so that we can offer a work experience that is at least at the same level as what they have on their iPhones, their iPads in their daily life, which is really important. But that's kind of a smooth transition through these tools that are very easily accessible to them. And then we invest on deeper levels of AI. So it means that as we are a professional services firm serving audit and consulting, we are working in the regulatory area as well. So we need to be very cautious. And of course, today, all day long, we're going to talk about the risks and the challenges about data privacy, data management. So we have to be very cautious with that as auditors and consultants, of course. So we are working on implementing a second level, which is about providing a safe GPT-like environment, of course more powerful, meaning that we can manage user access rights, we can manage collaborative workspaces using the GenAI algorithms, but within our environment to make sure the data of our clients is safe. And then the third level is really about how we're going to build new softwares to serve our service lines, to serve our offerings, our auditors, our consulting specialists, business solutions that are going to be directly client-facing, using and unleashing the power of AI. So it's really like a rocket with 3 different levels, from the bottom one, which are the low-hanging fruit that you can easily access as of today, kind of a smooth, profound transformation, and then getting upper in the chain. And that's interesting when we are saying about what are the new jobs that we see. We used to have, it's been 15 years that we have a research and development team. That's weird, because we don't have products as such. We're not an industrial manufacturer. And as of today, our research and development teams, they were working on new services before. Now they are working on how to get AI to really change our service offerings. And on that, they are working on things that are sometimes very far away from the market. But this is what gets some inspiration for us to reinvent our services as well.
Thanks a lot, Florence. So we a very good example with the rocket example and the different stage of the rocket. Did you choose one LLM like OpenAI, or do you have like many different ones?
We have several of them actually,
Okay.
because we want to be able to operate in our clients' environments. So we need, as for any other technology, and we did apply the same strategy for data earlier on. For data, we were working with all the existing technologies because we wanted to guarantee the interactivity with our clients' environments. So we're doing the same on AI, meaning that we do choose some technologies for our own usage, but we work with all of them to make sure that we can then adapt and connect to our clients' environments.
Thank you, Florence. So I'm going to ask a question to Arnaud about consulting things. What do you think about the low-hanging fruits of AI? Florence was mentioning. Where should we focus our efforts?
First of all, I will come back to the topic we are at today. I think it's reskilling and upskilling. It's very important today that we focus on people. Again, we are all of our company are made of people. They are our main resource, but also our main preoccupation, and we need to train them. And regarding Gen AI, training is not enough because it's an ever-changing world. The most important thing is to practice. And how to practice? You need to have a secured monitor environment with several LLMs. This is our recommendation because, again, you need to choose, as you said just previously, we need to choose the right one for the right activity. You need to have smaller models, dedicated models, which will provide less hallucinations, less bias, less errors, and then you will be able to gain these low-hanging fruits, which will be on productivity, acceleration of non-productive tasks, and things like that. But the most important thing today is to have people being practicing on Gen AI. Just to conclude, we mentioned the fact that we are not all interns now. We have been, but we are not anymore. So there are a lot of people who are not geek, and they fear a little bit that Gen AI. And they need to see the value of it, and to see the value of it, they need to practice a lot to see what benefits they get from the Gen AI, from the several LLMs, and then get the envy, not to be forced, but to get the envy to work with it.
Thank you, Arnaud. And it was also my next question, the challenges of training people on AI. So state of mind, some fears, hallucination.
Yes, and having people being able to train themselves in a secured and monitored environment. A lot of companies, a lot of our clients, they know that people are using ChatGPT, for instance, but many others, to test it, but they also test it with confidential data from the company. So this is very dangerous. There are a lot of risks with that. So they need to have a place where they can train, they can use, they are also helped on using Gen AI. And for instance, we provide some small assistance for each specific task in order to have people being using Gen AI on their task and see very rapidly the value of it. And just to conclude, we also organize a hackathon within IBM for 300,000 people, and 200,000 people build their own small assistants with Gen AI models to get involved in that transformation.
Okay, so do not upload the strategic plan of your company in the free version of ChatGPT.
Please do not.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Arnaud. Geoffroy, have you implemented chatbots or virtual assistants at BearingPoint?
So we have implemented lots of Gen AI tool, obviously. So we mentioned Microsoft Copilot, which is something that came really early, and that was really an accelerator to start obviously building this safe environment for consultants so they can start using Gen AI.
Not too many bugs?
It's progressing. We've rapidly seen that Copilot was part of the answer, but that we would need to deploy things that are a bit more advanced to reach the productivity opportunities, let's say, that we identified early in the process. So we've tried to focus on some very specific tasks where we believe that there is a lot of value and where we created some assistance So one example, obviously, is we are a consulting company, but we also have a product divisions. So we have created some coding assistants, and we have implemented code assistants as well. It's a huge opportunity to completely transform the way we create softwares. So that's one important aspect. And also we have a lot of challenges answering tenders for clients where we have very limited time. We have also a lot of administrative work. It's a lot of unstructured data. So we also are focusing on trying to create assistance specific for this specific process. And then we have a lot of other projects in progress to support consulting engagement with very specific gears that will help consultants be more efficient in the way they deliver for our clients.
Thank you, Geoffroy. Who use Mistral?
Of course.
We tried Mistral.
We do have it on our platform.
Okay, good. Stuti, Adecco?
We use so many things that if I start naming, we'll need an hour for it.
I have another question. What do you think, Stuti, what do you think about Klarna's innovative use of AI? So for the context, Klarna is an intermediary, like a finance company, and they did like a partnership with OpenAI, and they integrated a lot of things that with OpenAI. And they mentioned that they were having a lot of agents, a lot of bots working together with their employees. And after 3 months, they said that those bots were replacing the employees. What do you think about their approach?
So I think for the Klarna case, and if somebody from Klarna is here, it's my own opinion. Please don't shoot me for it. I have mixed feelings for it, to be honest. I think the good part is that they were able to use the tech. It has been a startup. They're planning their IPO, and they were able to turn around their company by getting very productive things out of the tech, which helped in their profitability. They turned profitable. Great. But the part you talked about replacing bots and people, they also did lay off 25% or less, maybe a little bit less of their workforce without transitioning people into different roles or trying. I've worked for a startup. I know how fast things go, but that was not the right thing. The third part to it, where I have my reservation is, I think they used the tech, they leveraged it to great extent. But to say it's a financial industry, first of all, here Arnaud, Florence, everybody, and Geoffroy has also mentioned about safe environment. And these are not regulated industries right now.
Yes.
Financial industry, the most regulated one. If you're going to tell me an AI bot is managing my money, I don't think I would want to give that company my money, right? Yeah. So that's what it is. And there are those regulations in place for a reason. So just to say that, hey, I'm going to work 4 days a week because AI is taking care of the job. Maybe something else, but not the financial ones. So hence I have mixed feelings. I think they did well in some parts, but they went a tad bit too extreme with it.
Okay, thank you, Stuti. Let's continue. What's your boldest prediction for generative AI and the future of work in 10 years, 2034? Florence? And let's ask everybody about
this.
Interesting.
I'm hesitating between my dream, my fantasies, and what I really expect as a reality. What we see, because, we work for a lot of firms and large corporates and in different industries, is that actually Gen AI, for corporate at least, is not the big bang that everyone was fantasizing about. It's a profound transformation. It takes time. Luckily, at least in Europe, we are working with some regulations that are either already there or emerging on that topic. And I think it's a fantastic opportunity to do it the right way. But it takes time. So we're going to target some excellent, and you talked about Mistral. Of course, Mistral, I have trust and hope in our sovereignty on this kind of topic. But I think that the change and transformation is actually quite slow in reality. So of course the use case with the 25% of productivity and people getting fired is wow. We're like, okay, that's a return on investment I would like to share with my CEO. Yeah, but it won't happen in all organizations like tomorrow. It will take, so in 10 years, the reality will be that we will be going step by step, still in that direction, with more use cases, working on transitioning the people, on reskilling them, upskilling them, but it won't be a big bang. My dream is that, yes, of course, we will all work only 4 days per week, because we will have fantastic work and life balance with a lot of AI assistance for both professional and personal life. But honestly, I think that the reality is that we will go smoothly, step by step, towards that.
Yes. Maybe we won't see as soon as a GPT 0-hour week. Okay. Arnaud, what about your prediction?
I think this is a huge revolution, and we can see it as internet. When internet arrived, we see exactly. I see exactly the same patterns. There is a huge buzz. Yeah, there is exactly there is buzz. There is a lot of passion around it, and then comes the time where things calm down. And then you have rationalization in the company's valorization, and we see that every day, even though today. And we will get the benefits along the time. So some jobs will disappear or at least evolve a lot. Some new ones will be created, but still it's a revolution because the way we will work will be slightly different. And it became slightly different after internet. And just to give you my bold idea, I think we will be all program coders in 10 years. We will all be able to think about an app we want to have tomorrow and describe it with our words, and the app will be created without knowing any code, of course. This could be the bold idea in 10 years. We will see that in 10 years. Let's meet together to see if I was right.
Very interesting, and we can't wait for that scenario, Arnaud, of course. If it's the case, we will produce more and more and be... So, and I think that's the point. If you take some creative industries like music or video, I have no skills in music, you know. Now you can generate a song with Suno or audio like in a minute. Maybe it will be the same with app development. Very interesting. Geoffroy, what advice would you give to organizations just starting their process of upskilling in AI?
So we talk about we talk a lot about skills. I think before skills, there is a kind of a cultural shift to have. And we've also discussed the fact that a safe environment is mandatory. So you need to have your people having test and learn approach, an innovative approach at their level. Not at corporate level, but at individual level. If people start to, let's say, try, fail, try again, they will improve, and then progressively they will learn. And you cannot teach with some rules and some specific guidelines how to create the perfect prompt for everything. So you have to have your people be more innovative in their day-to-day life and day-to-day work. So yeah, I would say focus on bringing them to be comfortable with this test and learn approach, be comfortable with the tool, be comfortable putting some data in the tool. So it means again having something safe, both in terms of technology but also in terms of culture. And the case of Klarna is very interesting about that, because when you start to say with AI we can fire people, you create the opposite of a safe environment.
Totally agree. Thank you, everybody. So you understood that AI for upskilling, reskilling will be like a lot of opportunities as we started. Interns, we still have a job in the AI era and maybe a better job. And as Arnaud said, maybe tomorrow we will all be able to develop an app, to launch an app like with just a few words in a few minutes. So a lot of exciting things to come. And thank you for coming and to share what you implemented with AI in your organization. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.